1 and application 2. Application 1 is built on application for application 2. Are you able to imagine? Because I have already shown diagrams last time. Application 1 is built on application for application 2. In that case, application 2 can access the functionalities of application 1 between inherited classes. Means, to simply tell you, application 2 is going to get a scope of visibility to see the classes of application 1. For example, two applications are there. There is no relation at all between applications. Application 1 is separate. Application 2 is separate. In this case, there is no scope at least to see the classes. You cannot access those classes. You cannot even define inheritance relation. So to tell you, inheritance relation between classes can be defined when the classes are in same application. That is pretty much sure. When the classes are in built-on application. When the classes are in built-on application. So if you are accessing the functionalities of another application by making an inheritance relation, to make inheritance relation, first that should be built-on application. That is must. 1 minute please. దీంట్లో 100 ఉన్నాయి కదా మెసేజ్లు, మొత్తం ప్రతి 100 మెసేజ్కి వెళ్ళి ఆ నెంబర్ నోట్ చేయి. ఓకే, మళ్ళీ తర్వాత పోయినా ఇబ్బంది ఉండదు. ఓకే, కంపల్సరీ నోట్ చేయి మొత్తం 25 మెసేజెస్. Okay, clear everyone? So you can define inheritance relation between two classes of different application when both applications should be having inheritance already. That is what called as built-on application. Separate applications, completely separate applications. There is no possibility to define inheritance between classes. Make sense this point, everyone? Clear? Online resources, every one of you clear?
Yes.
I hope you should be clear by this time. Just to tell you, this is one class, this is another class. These are separate applications. Sorry, this is one application, this is another separate application. Means application is not created on top of one another. There is no way that the classes of this application can have inheritance defined between the classes of another application. That is not at all possible. If you want inheritance to define, then there must be first applications built on another application. Then only that visibility will come to see other application classes. This is a key point. Okay, so let's go ahead now and let's look at, let me open the document which we have. Okay, so here you go. So yesterday I was explaining about types of classes, abstract and concrete classes. Abstract classes will have attributes, functionalities, but transaction cannot be initiated. It may participate during transaction processing, like how it works in reality, same way. But that is not the place where we can trigger the transactions. But concrete class is the one where attributes are there, functionalities are there, and transaction can be initiated. See, in that case, you can clearly understand that abstract class is going to be a subset of concrete class. Abstract class is going to be subset of concrete class. So then, why do we need abstract classes in technology? Suppose you are creating an application. In application, you don't even have an abstract class. You don't even have. Still, your application runs, no problem. But without having at least one concrete class, your application doesn't exist at all. So for an application to have concrete class is mandatory. Mandatory in the sense application do not insist. Without that, you cannot do anything. Business cannot be initiated, business transaction. But for an application to have an abstract class, at least one is not mandatory. Means without abstract class, your application can be created. Then why still abstract classes concept has been implemented by the technology developers? What was the reason? The reason is very simple. In the real world, there will be some business units which are going to have some functions, some functionalities. They will perform some tasks, but they should not have any authority to initiate the business transaction for the respective business. This type of departments, how do you satisfy in the technology? Because your technology should always satisfy the real world, whatever the processing happening. So for that reason, abstract classes have been introduced into technology. Understand? This is the reason why abstract classes are there. Next one, I am going to explain about organization structure. This is related to Pega in general also, and types of inheritance in Pega that is specific to Pega. Clear? I am going to maximize this. Organization structure. What is the next one? Organization structure. See, you need to understand one thing, that the environment what you are using now, the Pega PRPC environment, this environment is going to have all the logins created on the respective environment. Means this environment itself will have login IDs, passwords, everything will be managed here. Now, operate, that is what we are calling operator ID. Login ID, what are we calling? Operator ID. Operator ID is just like an employee. Operator ID means it is an employee in this particular business processing application. So business processing applications, I already told you on day 1 or maybe day 2, I think, during the demo. Pega applications, Pega BPM applications are going to be used mainly by internal employees of organizations. That's why you see all Pega applications are intranet applications. Internal employees means each operator ID, each login person is employee of that particular company where this application exists. Now, that's why operator belongs to an organization. Every operator is like an employee. He belongs to an organization. What is meant by organization in general? You already told. Organization means it's a company. It's a company, generally in our language. That is actually true. See, organization is topmost business entity. What is it? Topmost business entity. So topmost business entity, what does it mean? I will tell you in a general example. You take a company called, let's say Alphabet. There is an organization called Alphabet. Alphabet has different companies. They have Google company. I mean, like they have a separate segment of YouTube, okay, as another registered entity. They have different companies like this. A number of different companies that we don't know actually. There are so many. So Google business is a separate entity which works under Alphabet, which is going to deal with AdSense, AdWords programs. Okay. So like this, we have topmost company. There will be one topmost company, like Tata Industries is topmost company. Under that, it will have Tata Motors, Tata Steel, okay, Tata Retail, and Tata IT means software, Tata Consultancy Service. These are all different divisions. Okay. So organization structure, I am going to explain you. Organization means it's a topmost business entity which we are going to have. So let me explain you organization structure. So how it is going to be in Pega, I'm going to explain you now. See, when you look at the organization structure, typically there will be 3 levels: organization, division, and unit. So I can show you here just for your information. I'm sorry. Okay. Don't bother about navigations. Just write on. This is the level, organization level. Maxi, you can see here, right? This is organization level. Otherwise, the first one I will show you. Bajaj is organization. Under that, I have not given any specific name. Div by division name, and unit will be there. If I right click on unit, I can add subunit to a unit. That is possible. If I right click on division, you can add unit to a division. You can add a division, but there is no subdivision provision here. Okay, but in reality, there can be. Okay, anyhow, see here. Typically, an organization structure is going to have organization, divisions, and unit. How many organizations can be there? Generally, only one. That's what I told you. It is topmost business entity. Topmost means only one. Divisions, there can be n number of divisions. Under each division, there can be n number of units. Under each unit, subunits are possible. Okay, so subunits are possible. So now here you go, organization division. These 3 levels if you take, these are divisions, and these 5 levels if you take, these are units. So unit level is the one where actual business transactions will be processed. That is where sales will happen if you're taking about sales companies. I'll tell you one example, okay, for your better understanding. See, we have a car manufacturing company. Let's take, there is a car manufacturing company called Tesla. Tesla is there in a country. Let's say, for example, see, countrywide states, there will be a number of states, right? States wide and cities. Let's imagine each city has one outlet where people will go and purchase cars. Okay. So now you are a customer, you want to purchase Tesla car, directly go to Tesla company, directly top level countrywide organization, and ask them, I want to purchase Tesla car. Is it okay? They are going to sell you? They will not sell you. Now, from there, let's say you travel to the statewide division and ask them, I want to purchase Tesla car. Are they going to sell you? No. From there, you have to reach out to the outlet which is there in the city. Ask them, I want to purchase Tesla car. Your transaction of purchasing a car will be initiated, processed. During this processing, who will supply all the things? Your division will supply. Who will supply for different divisions? Organization, right? These are the basic 3 levels, organization, division, unit. We can even compare with classes. These are organization, division, unit, that is okay. And this is top level class. This is middle level division class. This is unit class. Unit is the one where actual transactions are getting initiated. If you take these 3 levels as classes, divisions do not make any transactions. They supply some common features of different units. Correct. And organization do not perform any business transactions. It will supply required components during the processing. And if you are going to talk about these 3 as classes, unit is going to be which type of class? Concrete class. Division is going to be abstract. Organization is going to be abstract. Everyone clear with this point? Everyone online, offline, everyone clear? Yeah, I have increased font size already, right? Now you see.
Sir, please once again.
Sorry, you wanted to repeat again?
Yeah, yes, sir.
This is what I was saying. There will be 3 levels, typically organization, division, unit. Organization is going to supply different functional components to different divisions. Divisions are going to supply different function components to units. Units will have its own functional component. At the same time, utilize common functionalities from organization as well as division. And those are the places responsible for initiating the business transaction. So in that case, unit, if you compare it as a class, which type of class it is going to be? Your concrete class. Division and organization, just they supply the functional components, but they don't have any ability to initiate the business transaction. Then in that case, those are abstract classes, correct? So this is what about organization, division, and unit. So now we are going to come to our application. So let me create a document for the same. Six 602, right? 12th, right? Understanding the class types created by our application. See, while we create new application, Pega has automatically created so many classes. Okay. See, look at here. When we create new application, after you create new application, let's log into implementation application first. I'll give you the dev.impl at that. What is our application? MERC, na? .com password rules I have given. So log into implementation application. IMBL app I have logged in. Okay. I have logged into implementation application. So all of you will be getting App Studio. What are we going to do now? So we wanted to work as a full-fledged developer. So we are going to switch
Studio.
to App Studio. I will tell you about App Studio and all after some time. Maybe it will take 15 to 20 days. That is also for development purpose, but it is a shortcut development. I will tell you. That's called Express Edition. Express means faster development. Okay, now App Explorer. We did not create anything yesterday. Okay, so we never created any other than application so far. We did not create anything, right? So everything is been automatically created by process commander while we set up our new application. When we create new implementation application, you can see here, when you log into implementation application, it is showing 3 applications. Out of 3, one is present application, current application. Another one, built on application, which is Mercury framework application. Another one, Pega platform, right? Now you can tell me, suppose if I log into framework application, how many applications I will see there? Only 2 I will see, because the current application would be framework and built on application would be Pega platform. It will not show another child applications. Okay. So you can, just for your information, that's it. There is nothing. The current application can access its functionalities, parent application functionality, parent of parent. That's what parent application is, built on application.
The ID password is
Administrator, correct. Now you see here, the classes that we have here, there are 3 classes. We did not create this by manual process. These are being automatically created. These are being automatically created while we create new application. The 3 classes I am going to show now. Okay. See, are these only 3 classes created? No, there are so many classes created. Out of so many, our focus is going to be only on these 3 for now. Okay. So now let's look at the main 3 classes that are being created while we create new application. So these are the 3 classes. Okay, I will write down the names of the classes here. This is how the class names going to be. I'll explain you the reason why today itself. Today itself you'll be learning why it is combination of these 3 and all. This is first one. Okay, this is organization class. What is this? This is going to be abstract I'm writing. I'll show you. This is division or I'll tell you the reasons also, or application class. What is it? Abstract. What is this one? Unit class, which is concrete. Business transactions can be initiated here. Okay, now you see, let's look at the definition of each class to know about class type. Okay, look at here now. So first I will go with unit class. You need to right click on this, go to definition. Okay, this is unit class. Reverse I will go. Okay. Here you go now. What is the type of class that is available here? Concrete. See here, concrete. I did not choose these options anytime. Automatically system has created like this. Abstract option is also there. But you don't change it. Just I am showing you that is the drop down. We do not, while we are manually creating, we will choose one of the 2. But system has automatically created it and it created as abstract. That is as per the discussion what we had. Now what is the second one? Division class. Division class. Now you see here, I told you one point. Label and ID. What is label and what is ID? Label is just for display purpose. ID is the actual name. Correct? See, if I backspace it, MERC, top level class. For this, MERC is the class name. You see Mercury A. Mercury A, middle level. It is a label, display name, but actual name is different. You see here, actual name is this one. definition. This is the actual name. ID is the actual name. While division class is created, it is created appended to the previous another class. Organization is there, connected to organization, division is created. Understand? As I have shown the diagram, connection link is there, right? That is what? Inheritance. That is what? Inheritance. Okay. So I will come to that point of inheritance once again. This is abstract class. Next to organization class. And unit also I will show you. Unit class name is work. Unit class name is work here to see. But actual name is what? It is created appending to previous two class. Means organization is created independently because it is top level. Division while creating, it is attached to the organization by hyphen. Unit while creating, it is attached to arc division by hyphen. Like as we have seen in the diagram. Suppose, for example, if I remove this link, what will happen? Is it possible that the functionalities of this organization to be accessible into this division? No, because there is no inheritance relation. You have disconnected both. Okay. Now let's come back to here. So organization class. Let's look at organization class. This is also abstract class. This is also abstract class. Just to we have looked at what is being created. So we have learned the navigation about how to go to the definition of a class to see what is being created. 3 classes as we have discussed. So the next topic that we are going to discuss about is inheritance. Okay, one more point. Why I call this as application class? I call this as an application class, right? Mercury A. Look at the current application name, definition, and you see here, what is the actual name of the Mercury Auto Insurance? Mercury A. So you got a class created with the same name, correct? Because the class name and application name are matching, they are calling it as application class. If you compare with organization structure, which level it is? Division. Okay. So let's go ahead now and discuss about the concept of inheritance in Pega. Inheritance is inheritance wherever. Parent class, child class. Yes, please.
Can you show me once again, like you go to from the
Application definition. I have shown you the other day. If you go to definition, ID is there. This is the actual name. Mercury Auto Insurance is display name. This is display name. I can change it if I want, but ID cannot be changed. ID cannot be changed. Application name and class name. Mercury A class name, Mercury A application name. Matching or not? That's why this is called as application class. With respect to organization structure, that is called as division class. Understand everyone? Now you go here. See, inheritance is inheritance wherever you go. Concept will never change. Parent class, child can access the functionalities of parent, but not vice versa. Parent of parent is also parent to the current class. That is clear, everyone? Now you see, coming back to this one, see, we have created a different class. We have created an application and different classes are being created where we are dealing with organization, division, and unit classes. So organization, division, and unit classes. See, unit class is the one which needs some functionalities from division as well as organization. Division is going to access the functionalities from organization, correct? But if that has to happen, inheritance relation is must, right? Inheritance relation should be there. Without inheritance relation, same application class also cannot access functionalities. How it is being possible to access the functionalities of organization into division into unit? That is being possible with a symbol called hyphen. What is that? Hyphen symbol. For this, there is a document available. Okay. If you look at this hyphen, what you have here, correct? This is the one. This hyphen, this defines inheritance relation in Pega. Okay. If you want a class to be inherited from another class, let's say I have class A. I want to create B class as a child class of A. Both classes are in same application. Now you need to create like this. While creating B, You need to give its name as A dash B. Means you need to create B concatenating to A with a hyphen. What is that hyphen there? Inheritance relation. So this particular inheritance, what we are seeing now, is called as pattern inheritance. What is it called as? Pattern inheritance. What is meant by pattern? See, pattern inheritance means it is a class naming pattern. What is it? The class name will have a pattern. A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E, n number. It can be. There is no limit actually, but we do not have lengthy classes and all. Maximum 4 to 5. Otherwise 6. Max worst case. Okay. 5. Maximum 5. Okay, mostly. So A dash, B dash, C. This is a naming pattern. How many classes are there? 3 are there. What are those? A dash B, A dash B dash C. This is how you need to read. A, what is the second class? I did not create individually, right? Second class, while creating, what is the name I have given? A dash B, concatenating to previous class. Third class, while creating, I have created like this. A dash B is already there, concatenated C. So A dash B dash C is appended with a hyphen. So while reading, it is very, very important. Okay, that's where you are a technical person. Okay, you are reading like an ordinary person, A, B, C. That's a different thing. So Mercury, MERC, MERC hyphen Mercury A, MERC hyphen Mercury A hyphen work. These are the 3 classes. Understand everyone clear? You see the class name also the same way. Top level class, okay, top level individual. Second class is not individual, ID. The ID is important. MERC hyphen Mercury A. Third one you see, MERC hyphen Mercury hyphen work. This defines inheritance relation. Now, this work class can act generally, in short, you call it a work class. In short, what do you call? Work, because that is the place where work will be initiated, transaction will be initiated and processed. So work class inherits from division and ordination classes by means of which inheritance? Pattern inheritance. Pattern inheritance. Everyone clear about what is pattern inheritance? Is dead easy. If I show you class name, if I ask you what are the parents, you can easily say X dash, Y dash, Z. What are the pattern parents of this class? X is one ordination pattern parent. X dash Y is another pattern parent. So work class can access the functionalities of division as well as ordination, because parent of parent is also parent. Every one of you, are you clear about this pattern inheritance? What is, I explained you only what is pattern inheritance, how to know pattern parents. I did not tell you what is its purpose. I'll tell you after some time. Pattern inheritance, are you clear? Don't ask me whatever I'm going to teach after some time. Please be with me. Direct class, you will be learning. No worries. Okay, before we go to direct inheritance, I have to tell you something about OOTB classes. What is that? I have to tell you OOTB class. OOTB means out of the box is abbreviation. What is the meaning of OOTB? Predefined means something that is already provided by Pega. See, we already discussed functionalities will be there inside classes. Classes will be there inside application, correct? Pega rules process command and environment license you are purchasing. You are getting this platform. Okay. There already predefined functionalities are available, provided. Out of which we discussed send email notification, correct? Let me open the same. Send email notification. This send email notification is there in a class by name @base class. In a class by name what? @base class. Okay, makes sense. Like this, all the predefined functionalities provided by Pega must be there inside some classes, correct? Functionality should be there inside classes. That means Pega rules process command environment comes up with some predefined functionalities, means it must be there in some predefined classes. I will give you those names of the classes, just a high level. Topmost class in Pega is called @base class. What is meant by topmost class? For every application, there should be a starting point of creating one class, correct? For our application, Mercury application, what is topmost class name? MERC. MERC. That is topmost class for our application. For Pega platform application, the topmost class is @base class. Under this, all other classes will come, hundreds of classes. But the next level of some of the classes are work dash. What is the class name itself as dash? Data dash, int dash, index dash, embed dash, code dash, rule dash, CMIS dash. What else is there? Assign dash. Anything else? There are multiple. I don't remember all names. While we are practicing, we will get to know. Code dash. I already written. Almost except CMIS, almost all the classes will come across going forward. Okay. Why the class name itself has a dash? I'll tell you one point, which is differences between Pega 6 version and Pega 7 version. Up to Pega 6 version, if a class to be an abstract class, the class name itself should have hyphen. You create a class by name A hyphen, then environment treats it as abstract class. There is no option like drop down abstract concrete. While creating, you create A dash. Then what is the type that you are mentioning? Abstract. You create only A without a dash, then that is concrete class. That naming convention has been deprecated starting from Pega 7. When it has been deprecated, starting from Pega 7, the naming convention has been deprecated by Pega systems. You don't need to bother about it because you have an option of drop down. Drop down itself is provided to choose whether it is abstract or concrete. So that has been deprecated long back since 7 itself. Understand everyone clear? These are the classes coming since beginning of Pega PRPC, 1983 onward. That time they created work dash. Later they did not change it because changing at one, just a simple thing in a big application will take a lot of time. Okay, so they did not touch it at all. But base class doesn't have that. All these are abstract classes, including base class. Base class, even though it does not have hyphen, it is still abstract class only. You want to see these classes, you can do like this, just for your information. @base class, you type, it will come here because everything can be accessed from here, classes. You want to see its type, right click on this definition. Then you see what is the type of the class. Go to work dash, that is OOTB class. What is its type of the class? Definition. What is its type? Abstract class. Understand everyone clear? OOTB classes also you want to access here, you can access, no problem. So system will internally access so many functional components from OOTB classes. You need to understand that. Just for your brain, I have told the names just to listen once. That's it. You don't need to remember this work dash, data dash, because at the time while we are practically working on it, at least once or twice you access it, you'll automatically remember. No need to remember now separately. Okay, now I will log off from implementation application. I will show you by logging into framework application. devfw@merc.com, password rules I have given. See, for every application, there will be a transaction class. You do it or not, it will be there. For implementation application, 3 classes have been created: organization, division, unit. For framework application, let's see how many created. All that we are discussing is related. This OOTB classes, framework class, implementation classes, next inheritance, direct inheritance. See here, application. How many classes are there? I will copy to Notepad to make it legible. How many classes are created? 4 created.
3.
This division, how many created, man? This division class name is different because that is Mercury Auto Insurance. This is Mercury Insurance. Mercury I it is taken. Organization class, division class, unit class. But what about this? FW stands for framework. When you look at this work class, this is overall it is called as work class. You should be able to easily say this work class is related to framework application or implementation application. You can easily say how. FW is there that is related to framework application. It is not there that is related to implement. This is called framework division. What is this called as? Framework division. Understand? Everyone clear? That it is not mandatory that this work class overall should have 3 or 4 or 5. It can be a number. But the basic structure that they are following is for keeping in mind ordination structure. Ordination, division, unit. Ordination class, division class, unit class. But framework one additional class. Why? To let you know that that is related to framework. FW class is created. This is concrete class. Remaining all are abstract classes. Everyone clear so far? Just for your information, I told you. మన స్టూడెంట్సే కదా మన స్టూడెంట్సేనా అవి తీసేయండి ఇంకా అయిపోయింది కూర్చోమంటారేమో ముగ్గురు వచ్చారేమో
Harsha.
So far if you are clear, we can get into direct inheritance. Next type of inheritance is
Harsha, can you please repeat this again?
Like Harsha, one doubt I have. So here, like what is the division class? I mean, in the framework application, like just you have shown that, right?
Yes. In the framework application, ordination, framework division, and unit. That FW is additional class. May or may not be there. Pega is creating by default like that to give you a sense of understanding that it is related to framework.
So here division means MERC hyphen FW hyphen Mercury I. Till there we call it as division.
I'll tell you 4 classes are there. MERC, ordination. MERC FW. That is framework division. MERC FW hyphen Mercury. That is division. Framework related. Again, one more division. And then finally work class. That is the transaction class for framework application. Understand? Clear? Additional class is there. You don't need to much focus on it. Additional class by name FW is there, which is also a framework division. Okay. Okay. Now, what are the classes that have been created? And let's look at direct inheritance concept. In framework application, I will right click on the class and go to definition. Okay. So now keep this in mind. We are going to focus on only transaction class, means work class. We are not going to focus on any other classes for this direct inheritance. I told you pattern inheritance, work class, unit class, division, ordination, all the naming part. While discussing about direct inheritance, our focus will be only on the transaction class. Ordination, division, I will not tell you now. You also don't look at it. Okay. So keep this in mind. Scroll down. You can specify the parent class of a class under this drop down. If you go to the definition of a class, there is an option called parent class directed. This is a drop down. Here you can choose a class. Here you can choose a class. Then that class is going to be parent class of the current class. But this is not pattern. This is called direct parent. What is it called as? Direct parent. See, what was the class that was being automatically provided by Pega here? We did not do it. Pega automatically provided this particular class here. What is the class that Pega has chosen as direct parent to the framework work class? What is the direct parent? Work dash, cover dash. Work dash, cover dash is OOTB class which comes under work dash. Work dash is OOTB, right? Under that work dash, cover dash is there. For example, I am removing this current work cover dash and trying to save. Has it been saved or not? We will wait. Saved or not? The transaction class directly inheriting from work dash, okay. Work dash, cover dash, okay. Work dash is top level class in the structure. After work dash, there is some other class. Inheriting from work dash, cover dash. For example, if this class inherits from work dash, cover dash, does it also mean it is also inheriting from work dash? Yes or no? If a class is inheriting from A dash B, A is parent to B, correct? If a class is inheriting from B, that means it is also inheriting from A, yes or no? Generally speaking. So, if a class is inheriting from a from another class, that is a child of some other class. That means the bottom level is inheriting from top level as well. Inheriting from work dash is also similar to inheriting from work dash, cover dash. If I am not giving anything related to work dash, choosing something else, I'm choosing something else and trying to save. Is it getting saved? System is accepting? No. It is saying class group. What is it, class group? Here you see class group option. I did not tell you. Technically, I'll tell you maybe later. But you need to understand one thing. Whatever the transaction class we have, right? That is called as class group. Class group is the transaction class means work class, correct? Work class is the one which is concrete class where transaction will get initiated. Same way, class group is the one which is our work class where transaction will be initiated. You call it as transaction class or you call it as class group. Both means same. For now, both means same. They are using the terminology of class group. Okay. Your transaction class must be inherited from work dash. Must be inherited from which class? That is a condition to be followed in Pega, because internally it uses functionalities from work dash at runtime. At runtime, with or without our knowledge, system will use. You make a transaction, it will access the components of work dash internally. That's why it's a restriction. Your transaction class must be inherited from which class? Work dash or child class of work dash is also okay or not? Child class of work dash is also okay. We did not choose it. Pega has already provided this. I am explaining just what is being provided, why it is being provided. I am explaining. You need to keep this point in mind. Your transaction class, that is what work class, must be inherited from which class? Parent, okay. In the direct inheritance, which class must be there? Work dash or work dash cover dash is also okay. Everyone clear? This is for the framework class group I have shown. I did not explain about this option. This option you learn maybe after 1.5 months. We are focusing only on direct inheritance. For a class, we can specify a direct parent class. What is the navigation where you can specify, where you can mention? Go to class definition, scroll down, and there you can mention direct parent. Coming to transaction class, work class, the parent class, direct parent class must be work dash or its subclasses. These are the 2 points we discussed. Anything else you try, it will fail. It will not allow. Go to implementation class. Go to implementation application. Yes.
So both work dash, cover dash are the out of the box ones.
What is that? Both?
Both, I mean, work dash and work dash, cover dash are the out of the box classes, or
Out of the box. Work dash is out of the box class, right? Similarly, work dash, cover dash is out of the box class. Child of work dash.
So direct inheritance for a transaction class always should be out of the box and it should be work dash, right?
No. Did I say that? Did I say it must be out of the box class? I said it must be work dash or child class or that. I did not say it is out of the box class. Okay, listen to only the point as it is. So for a transaction class, the direct parent must be either work dash is okay or child of work dash is also okay, because child is parent means child parent is also parent. They are there in the, where are the OOTP classes? Pega platform. They are there in Pega platform. Base class, work dash, data dash, work dash, cover dash, code dash, rule dash. These are all in which way? Where? Pega platform. Now you see implementation class. I am going to implementation related work class, implementation application work class. What is the parent class? You can see here, direct parent. Work dash, cover dash only. That is by default Pega has chosen. Okay. Look at here now. I am going to draw what we are seeing here in the paint. Whatever that we have seen, observed. We did not make any changes as of now for your information. So here you go. I'm going to draw the same what we have seen. This is work dash or work dash cover dash is also okay. And what about this one? MERC, okay. Mercury I'm sorry, Mercury Auto Work. This is implementation, correct? This is implementation application, IMPL application. Okay, IMPL work class. This is what? FW application. Here you have MERC, FW, Mercury I, right? I think this one, hyphen work. Understand everyone? That is what there already. Inheritance relation I am defining now. I am going to define what? Inheritance relation. So this is inheriting from work dash cover dash. Okay. This is inheriting from work dash cover dash. Clear everyone? Online. Wait. This is inheriting from both. This is what exactly already present. Already what is present in the system by default when we create both applications. I'm just showing you. Now, see here, implementation application transaction class access the functionalities of work dash cover dash. Don't stop me in between. Okay, wait. Yes or no from the diagram? Framework transaction class can access the functionalities of work dash cover dash. From the diagram, you tell me, can implementation work class access the functionalities of framework work class? From the diagram, you can see. Implementation work class,
Yes.
can it access the functionalities of framework work?
No.
Yes or no? Diagrammatically, you have to say, you don't need to think technically. See the diagram and respond.
Diagrammatically,
Yes, it can access. No, Harsha, no.
So we cannot access
Why? Why it
because
cannot
of
access?
Can't access.
There is
so
no inheritance relation.
there is no
There is
relation.
no
There is
inheritance
no inheritance relation.
relation.
Okay. So, but it has to be achieved actually. Actually, why we created one application on top of another application? I want to access the functionalities of framework work class into implementation transaction class. That's the mindset of mine while creating. But now that is not possible with the default design provided by Pega. I'll change it now to achieve it. This is how it is going to be in reality. Now, I need to make changes here such that my implementation work class should be able to use the functionalities of work dash cover dash. My framework work class should be able to use the functionalities of work dash cover dash. As it is what is present, it should be.
Hey, Harsha, quick question.
Please wait. I'll come back to every one of you asking you if you have any question. Don't stop in between. Listen to me carefully. Full focus here. Please wait. Okay. Implementation work class can access the functionalities of work dash cover dash. Framework work class can access the functionalities of work dash cover dash. Correct? Same should be achievable further after you make the changes. Additionally, what I want is my implementation work class should be able to access the functionalities of framework work class also. That is what I would like to achieve. For that, I need to make changes. Tell me diagrammatically. I'll tell you one more thing before we proceed forward. A class can have only one parent, comma, another class you cannot choose. It will not allow. Remember, clear everyone? In the direct inheritance, how many classes I can mention? Only one. Any one set I can mention. I cannot mention two set. Okay, understand this is clear? Now you tell me, diagrammatically you need to tell me. Functionally we'll do it practically here. Diagrammatically you tell me what is it. Where is it? First of all, diagram. This diagram you need to make changes. I will show you. See here. What am I going to do is, why I am not able to maximize this? What am I going to do is, this is implementation, right? I am removing this connector from implementation to OOTP. I'm removing the connector from implementation to OOTP. What am I going to do is now, I'm going to connect it from implementation to FW. Diagrammatically, I have made a change. Now, your implementation class group can inherit, work class can take the functionalities of framework work class. Framework work class can take the functionalities of work dash coverage. Achievable. Now, can your implementation application transaction class access the functionalities of work dash cover dash? Yes or no? Yes, how? This is how. This is how it can access. Correct? Correct? Parent of
Yes.
parent is
Yes.
parent.
Yeah.
This is what we would like to achieve further. Okay. One minute. Direct. What is your question now online?
Well, this implementation was created over framework, right? So by default, the implementation should be the framework should be the parent of the implementation one, right?
That is how we are expecting the framework application work class to be parent of implementation work class. Our expectation is not provided by Pega. What we do now, we'll manually change it. Okay.
But in the diagram also, what I was thinking is that it goes in a different direction. I was thinking framework is at the
Okay.
bottom.
You are talking about direction. Oh, you're talking
Yes.
about arrow mark reverse.
Yes.
Reverse arrow mark. Is that what you're saying? Arrow mark reverse?
Yeah,
No,
yes.
inheritance
Because
process arrow marks will be reverse of what you are thinking. Generally, I'm trying to point to say that this is parent of this one. Okay, that is how inheritance will be designed. It will not be designed from top to bottom. Bottom to top means below one, parent top one, parent top. That is the ideology while drawing inheritance diagram. You got it now?
yes, but in that case, the cover one should be pointing to the other one, right? I'm a little bit confused on that.
Okay, wait. Establishing direct inheritance relation. I'll come to you. What is your question?
I'm saying when we were initially creating any application, we started with Pega platform, we created a framework, then we created an implementation. On top of that, after establishing classes, you got to the final one, right?
Yes.
So the arrow mark that you said that we need to establish should have already been established.
That's right. What we are expecting is it should have been established like this. It has not been by Pega. They did not give it. We don't know reasons why they are not giving. But we are manually establishing. What are we doing now? We are manually establishing. Understand?
So in this application, in this version, they are not allowing us to directly, like when we have created a framework application on top of Pega platform, and then above the framework application, we created implementation. It is still saying that you are going to take your parent class as work dash, cover dash, as in the class that is established in Pega platform, and these are even if it has been established as framework and implementation, which it is supposed to be one on top of another. Even then, in this version, it is not established like
Yes.
that. It is separately.
Yes. See, what he is asking is like framework application you created, implementation you created, even though you're creating on top of another, the classes what are there, the relation is not been by default established. Right?
So in this version,
It is not happening. Not only this version, since Pega 7 onwards, it is not established. Pega 6, it used to create this relation automatically. Okay. So working on Pega 6, only one wizard, not two wizards. Creating two applications at a time, one wizard, that type. Now we got two wizards. Okay, separately. Okay, now see the inheritance relation, the question that you are trying to ask someone online. Okay, that is the diagram direction you are talking about, online person.
Yes.
Diagrammatically, while you are representing arrow mark, okay, you are going to represent arrow mark pointed from bottom to top level in the inheritance, mentioning that the arrow mark side is parent, below one is child. Accessibility is from top to bottom, okay, but diagrammatically we represent arrow mark in a reverse manner. That's how inheritance will be. But if you are able to understand reverse arrow mark, you try to draw by yourself like that. No problem.
Harsha.
So whatever we have diagrammatically done, the same. Yes, please.
I have one question over here.
One question.
So my question is basically if we are having an implementation built on the framework, so will it not by default inherit the properties whatever created in the framework, or
I
should
told
we
this point clearly at the very beginning itself. Creating application on top of application, another application will give you scope of visibility. not accessibility. Accessibility come will when it will come?
What do you mean?
Means it can at least see. Okay, it can at least able to establish relation if one is created on top of another. Separate means
So there is no ability that you cannot establish a relation.
no, not at all.
So this is to increase protection of one private network to another.
So the normal flow, Harsha, was we inherited it.
Yes,
Harsha.
normal flow.
No, yeah, normal flow is basically from implementation. We access we inherit the framework, and in the framework access the Pega rules. So now direct inheritance means implementation framework. They are not interconnected yet, but still you can
Yes,
access. You can
You
access
cannot
it
access.
directly.
See, I told this point 10 times so far. I told clearly multiple times. Even though same application, two classes, one class cannot access functionalities of another class unless there is inheritance relationship. Then how come other application will access? It cannot access. So what we need to do? We need to establish. That's what we are doing now. We would like to establish direct inheritance between implementation, work class, and
To whichever framework application or whichever other class you want to treat as the parent.
what is that?
So you are changing it by changing the work dash cover dash and that parent.
Yes, diagrammatically I have modified, right? That I have shown you this one. The same modification, not this. Hold on. This is what we want to now achieve practically. So to diagrammatically I have shown you, right? This I want to achieve practically now. That I need to establish. So I need to log in where? Log into implementation application. Let me log in now. Yes, I'll change it. Hold on. devampl@merc.com, password rules. See, I strictly request all of you, do not think about parent class of division and organization. If you look at that and if you try to analyze, you will even don't understand this inheritance at all. You'll forget about everything. Only focus on understanding pattern inheritance, how we can identify direct inheritance, and this last point of why we are making, how we are making the change here. Okay, definition of the class group, and you scroll down. Var dash cover dash is there, right? What am I going to do now? Remove var dash cover dash and choose what is that? FW work class. So I'm going to remove this. Choose what? FW work class. MERC. See, I will ask you one question here. Now I'll come to know what you have learned, whether you are able to properly apply it whenever it is needed or not. Okay. See, I created all my applications, framework application, implementation application, all that you created. So you are going through today's document and you are trying to make this change. For making this change, you should not manually type here. I typed MERC to highlight starting from MERC. You click the down arrow, it should show somewhere in this list, it should show this framework work class, but you are not seeing it. That's the issue you are facing. What is the issue? Click the down arrow at parent class direct inheritance. You are not at all seeing MERC FW Mercury work is not listed there. What was the reason? That's the question I'm asking.
It's the
We are
built-on
not
application.
created
The
we
implementation
are not
is
created on the top of framework.
Maybe we need to assign that class
The
group.
reason is, while creating this application, you did not create it on top of framework application. Now you understand? Having application on top of another application, you will get at least, you will get to see to establish. Whether you establish or not, that's up to you. If you don't have application created on top of another application, what will happen? You don't even get other application classes to establish inheritance relationship. So why we have done this? all this. Why we need direct inheritance? Why we need pattern inheritance? That we need to discuss. Just give me a minute. $601.
$602.
No, not you. I'm just typing this to other batch to tell them 10 minutes will be delayed. Okay. Now, why I have pattern inheritance? Why I have direct inheritance in Pega? Why two inheritances in Pega? See, if a class wants to access the functionalities of another class, you make the other classes as parent classes. That's it, done. Why we need two types of inheritance in Pega? That is one question here. Okay, last point. See, pattern. If you are making pattern of classes, that is same application classes. That is, so within the same application, the classes, above level classes, if I want to access, that can be easily possible by pattern inheritance. That is possible by pattern inheritance. Different application classes, if I want to access, that is only possible by direct inheritance. Can I see different application classes like A-B possible? Different application class has A. This current application I am creating B. Can I create A-B? I cannot create. That is not possible. If you create A-B in this application, it will not even allow you. Only the same application classes can be accessed by using pattern inheritance. Other application classes can be accessed by using direct inheritance. Pega has one application called Pega Platform. It provided so many predefined classes. Functionalities are there. I want to access those. How do I access? How do I access other application classes? I need direct inheritance. So to access some other application, whether it is that OOTB application or different application, to access other application classes here, to tell you more precisely, to access built-on application classes. Which inheritance is possible? Direct inheritance. Built-on application classes, direct inheritance. To access same application classes, which inheritance? Pattern. That is especially organization, division, and unit. This is pattern inheritance. Right? I told you already. These three classes belongs to this application only. Okay. What is this one? Direct. This class has direct parent of this one. For this is framework application, built-on application. For this parent is work dash cover dash. Correct? Work dash cover dash parent is work dash. Work dash parent is ultimately it will reach out to base class. That is topmost class in Pega. Base class parent is no, that is the topmost. That's it. Starting point should be there, right? So wait. Implementation work class is inheriting from framework work class with what inheritance? Direct inheritance. Direct inheritance means the purpose of direct inheritance is to access the functionalities of built-on application classes. The purpose of pattern inheritance is to access the functionalities of same current application within application classes. Okay, I will tell you one example. So you are a person in your family, right? Okay, you take like child, parent, parent of parent, parent of all our blood relation is there. Correct? This blood relation, we understand it like pattern inheritance. Within one family, okay, there is a succession, right? From top to bottom. This is called blood relation. This blood relation is what? Pattern inheritance. You all are connected to each other by blood relation, pattern inheritance. I can access the property of anyone from top level to bottom level by pattern inheritance within same family. Can you take the money from other family? Not possible. Now, in India, how it works, I get married to a female person from other family. I get some money, right? Not me, exactly. Okay, so I can marry to a girl and I get the property accessible from other family now, right? Our property we can access. We are directly connected by a relation, marriage. Okay, this is called direct inheritance. You never forget direct and pattern inheritance, right? Everyone clear? Online.
Yes.
We have a question offline. Hold on. What is the question?
Can you repeat again, please? Not the marriage, the abstract one.
Set it up in a way that implementation was a subset of
Not
framework.
subset, child of framework.
Child of framework.
Implementation we had now set as a child of framework.
But now, because we have direct inheritance possible,
Hmm.
can we in
Without direct inheritance, is it possible to access framework now? Not possible.
My question is, can you make implementation the parent of framework?
No. See, framework application cannot see implementation application at all because that is a child application. You cannot make implementation application as a parent to friend. Vice versa is not possible. Inheritance is only one direction. Father, son. Again, father cannot be son. Correct? Okay. Now, what is that you are asking online?
What is
So
both
you
in the inheritance, Harsha? Like
What is?
sometimes we can see both pattern and direct inheritance together. What is that?
Correct. Dual inheritance. I'll come to that later.
Harsha, one question. So you said for a class group, the direct parent can only be work dash or work dash cover dash. But now we have changed it to.
No. I did not say R work dash cover dash. You have to listen to each and every word what I am saying. I said clearly work dash or child class of work dash. Did I say that or not? This is child class of work dash cover dash or not? This one is child of work dash cover dash. Did I say it must be work dash or work dash cover dash? It must be work dash or child class of work dash cover dash. Okay. I'll take up any other questions later. See, out of the concept what we have discussed, the most important part is why we need pattern inheritance, why we need direct inheritance. Why two inheritances are there in Pega? That is the main question. What is pattern, what is direct, anyone can say. That's not a big deal. Why Pega comes up with two different types of inheritance in its architectural design. One is to access the functionalities of higher level, ordination, division and all, same application. Another one is to access the functionalities of different application, that is built on application classes. Okay, we will continue tomorrow. Today we will be creating email group. See, I request all of you, if you have already done yesterday or sometime back, ignore it. I have sent a Google form. If you have already filled it, leave it. Very few people we have added yesterday night. Okay, after they make the fees payment, you must be filling the form right away after this session now. Okay, I have shared in the morning also twice. Please complete filling that form if you have not already done. Okay, it is there in the group. I have shared that Google form to collect your email address. Today we will be creating email address. Tomorrow class will be, we are doubtful. I'll send you a notification. Thank you. You can wind up already late for another batch. Thank you.